listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Bad Girls Club After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Bad Girls Club After Show.
I get it. Oh, no. Too cute. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another AfterBuzz TV after show for Bad Girls Club All-Stars Battle Season 1, Episode 2, Snake in the Maze. I am DJ Jesse Janedy. Now, we used to have Melina on the show, and she used to bring in Charlie. So, for that, I'm bringing Rex is joining us here today.
Sweet
Joined
Rex.
in studio by the lovely, the gorgeous, she's back, Stephanie Bauer.
Yay!
We're reunited.
We missed you.
Hey.
I miss you guys too.
Yes, and of course, the spunky, the lovely, the talented Chevonne Hughes.
Hello, everybody.
Girl, I'm loving your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. All right, so Bad Girls Club All-Star. Now, Steph, since you weren't here last time, where do you stand with the show?
Okay. I guess, honestly, I'm going to admit to everyone I didn't realize it was going to be a battle competition show. Like, I don't know what I was really thinking, if all the favorites were just going to be back in the house fighting as usual or what I thought. But when I was like, oh, it's competition, so much better because money's on the line. All the girls are going to get more crazy, more pissed off, more ticked, more brutal because it's $100,000. So... yeah, and then the second thing is the twins. I was surprised there's twins because they're going to take everything if these two stay together, which we saw tonight is going to be a huge deal.
That's why one
And
has to go.
It's funny that they actually, I feel like when they first picked the twins, who was it? It was Megan who picked Danni. I feel like she was thinking, oh, let me split the twins up.
Yeah, they might as well have just kept them together.
It would actually hurt them if they were on the same team. So it kind of works to their advantage.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Like, I feel like had the girls known what the voting off process was going to be like, they wouldn't have separated certain people because I saw there was a strategy, like with Shamrock, that split them up.
Right.
So had they known, the teams would have been completely different.
Yep.
Completely different.
I'm really excited. We're going to have Danni and Julie calling in a little bit. So definitely be able to get their point of view as far as this episode goes. Should be pretty interesting. So we started after, obviously, that Natalie got voted in last week for elimination. So she's flipping out, talking about who is the snake, who voted her in. And obviously we knew Amber did, but she came out to say, I voted Natalie in just to stir some shit up.
Here's the thing. I didn't watch it with you guys, but did I completely miss the part where they said, where everybody gave her their word? I mean, is she just kind of making that up because she keeps saying it, but I never saw anybody give her their word.
I kind of believe it happened because all the girls were like yelling back at her, like, we didn't vote you in. Like,
You're crazy.
Yeah.
I just can't believe when Flo pretty much alluded to the fact that it's Amber. She never asked Amber.
Yeah.
They're just like sitting in the hot tub like nothing happened. It's
And
literally
in the bed, too. Like, they're just...
It's never crossing Natalie's mind. Like, not even a possibility. What is she thinking?
Oh, I mean, she needs to keep, obviously, the people who she thinks are on her team by her side. So I'm sure it has crossed her mind that, okay, maybe it really is Amber. But if I give in to that fact and just, start yelling at Amber, then I've fully destroyed someone off of my team. So I think in Natalie's mind, it's kind of like, I can still use Amber for some things, and kind of almost buttering up to Amber to see if she really is loyal to her.
Yeah, and I feel like if she doesn't want to ask because she doesn't really want to know, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, I feel like she would ask, and she would actually like she wouldn't even ask. She'd be like, "I know you did this." Like she wouldn't.
Yeah, but she doesn't know. So
Yeah.
I feel like she won't confront Amber until she actually like really knows.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm just glad to see Amber back on the show because I was seeing her at a lot of audience gigs, get paid $40 to sit in the audience.
Well, she said on the show she was broke. She needs the money.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was like that the whole time. Like last week, I was like, "Why is she here?"
I didn't
but then
get it
I was
either.
like, "Oh, okay." Now she's playing the game. She's like stirring shit up. She's you know making it a little bit more interesting. That whole like all that drama from this episode is because of her.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And next week we're gonna see that's
can't
why.
wait.
I heard her talking a few months ago at I think it was like The Voice or something, and she was talking about a reality show that they were casting for, and how the producers just make them do everything, and all the girls are being drama queens, and she was sick of it. And it didn't occur to me that she was talking about a new season of Bad Girls Club that she was gonna be on.
You should have been
Didn't
a little
know.
misinvestigated.
Oh, I was trying to listen.
What's that you said?
So then we get into the captain's challenge, which none of the girls wanted to get wet. I mean, I can imagine it looks really cold that they're even doing this. And they have to do this. They have to get in the water, find the mattress, their bed mattress. And bring
I
it to the
loved
bed.
this. He's right. Ray J's like, every time y'all throw the mattress in the pool. I love this challenge. It was so clever. But yeah, the way they put the names underneath, I don't really see how the girls were supposed to find theirs. I mean, they don't have goggles on. The water's murky.
It was them. They have to like flip it
Flip
over,
it.
and then
Yeah,
they get
exactly.
tired. So like it's more of like I don't know, keeping your what is it called? Stamina. It was like a stamina game almost.
Julie, then I love Julie. She comes out with a Loch Ness monster.
She was in beast mode.
Amber's looking like the Loch Ness monster. That's why I love Julie. Remember last season with Julie, all of us did the show together, and we didn't know if we liked her, things like that. And now we know we love her. And I have my own opinions on who's going to win the show, but we'll talk about that later when I saw Julie on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, so within the battle, Stassi says she doesn't want to do the battle, which is kind of like if you've ever watched the MTV Challenge, it goes to the point of like you're setting yourself up for failure. You don't want to do the challenge, so you're gonna get disqualified. That's an automatic being put up.
Who's the host of that one?
The challenge?
Yeah. What's his name? The biker guy.
Oh my gosh, why would you do that right now?
He would get so mad at the contestants.
He gets really upset with
he
them.
takes it personal when they stand out of a challenge. So Ray J needs to like grow some and stand up to the girls.
No, the difference between Bad Girls and the challenge is there's so many challengers. There's only a few all-stars from Bad Girls.
But still,
Like the
she
challenge,
just
you don't
sat
have
it
to
out.
be the challenge. You don't have to be an all-star from Real World. With the Bad Girls Club, you have to be like, we want to see the top girls. Like, I don't want to see some of the scallywags,
The riffraff.
No one wants to watch the riffraff with them. So they get the mattress. Natalie does a one-arm mattress grab. I love Julie's. What did she say? I'm not surprised Natalie won. She's pulled a lot of.
No, she lays on a lot of mattresses.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
And then I thought it was kind of shady. Well, not shady, but interesting that Julie, Judy, and Gabby tried to rush their Gabby's mattress before Paula's.
I thought this would be against the rules, but then it occurred to me while we were watching it that it's not against the rules because it makes the girls fight more.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that you can't help another girl and leave it to good old Julie to just like take initiative and start helping someone when she's probably not supposed to, but they didn't stop
But
her.
nothing ever came of it.
Yeah,
like,
because
Paula never got upset.
I know. I expected a lot more.
Well, they tried to
Drama.
edit it so Paula was like, I won, bitches. I'm team captain. You can't come for me, bitches, or something like that. But I'm sure they just pumped her up in a separate room to make her say that. So, yeah, Paula ended up getting the captain and Natalie. So that was the Natalie one. Kind of was a little hard for the girls because she was causing so much drama in the house that well, now she's the captain, she's safe for a whole elimination.
When I saw Natalie win captain, I was kind of like, dang, there goes the episode. Like, maybe it's
Why?
not going to be as. I just thought if there's no chance of her going home, there's not going to be as much drama. But there still was. There still was. Stupid little me, but I did not want her to get captain because I want her to be like on the chopping block every time.
They're never gonna get rid of her. Like, not until like later on, or at least halfway through.
Oh, when
Oxygen will not let it happen.
Oh yeah, when she walked off last week, I thought this cannot be happening. There's no show if there's no Natalie, and at least and no Megan either. I wish Megan would have stayed on longer.
They just
Some
threw
of
a
these
couple
other
dollar
girls,
bills.
yeah, some of
Like, go back on.
and all the girls were pissed too. They're like, "Am I allowed to go home?"
No, they wouldn't be allowed to.
Yeah, and well, that's what she said. She's like, "I didn't go home."
We
so.
love to hate Natalie. But you know what we love to do is we love for you guys to go. As much as we care that you guys go on YouTube and love the YouTube views, we need your help on iTunes. So please help us out and take your comments and help us out on iTunes by downloading, subscribing, and leaving us a comment and rating us 5 stars. And then as soon as you guys are done with that, make sure you guys check out Wednesday, May 29th. The Adventures of Serial Buddies is actually going to be available for download on iTunes, Phil?
That is correct.
That is correct. So make sure you guys check that out. It's created by the creators of AfterBuzz TV, Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro. I've seen it at the premiere. It was hilarious. There's tons of movie stars in it. Who we got? We got
Christopher Lloyd, Beth Bears.
From Two Broke Girls.
Yeah. It's like
Kathy
all-star
Lee.
cast.
Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yeah.
And of course Maria Menounos in it. So make sure you guys check that out Wednesday, May 29th on iTunes. Download The Adventures of Serial Buddies, and please help support us here at AfterBuzz by doing that. It's funny.
Cult classic.
So why wouldn't you do it? Exactly.
Cult classic.
So getting back to this, Natalie still will not let the challenge go and figuring out who is voting her out.
I don't blame her. I'd be going crazy too. I would want Snake in the show,
Well, you'd be
TV.
Snake in the maze.
Yeah, I
But
would want to know. Like,
I
For
feel
later,
like,
for next time, just so you're aware of who's on your
but
side.
I feel like making it that big of a deal and ruffling everyone's feathers, you're not gonna get anything. I feel like she could have.
what? There's 5 of them, one of them has to crack eventually. I can't believe they haven't told her by now.
Really?
Yes,
But
Maybe they don't know. Maybe
I feel
do
like
they
if
know?
you're rah-rah
they
and
have
someone.
to know. Flo knows. Flo knows.
Well,
You think Flo knows?
Well, yeah, because Flo's like,
that
look,
comment she said, yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like they would keep all their voting to themselves as a strategy. Like,
Or I just feel like if anyone knows, Julie knows, because she knows what Gabby and Judy are gonna vote, and she can assume what Flo's gonna vote. You know, I don't know about Flo though. It would depend on how close she was with Amber.
not that close, I don't think.
Yeah, well, that's
I think
true,
I'm gonna
'cause Flo
see-
was trying to throw her
yeah.
under the bus.
I think Julie and Amber would be wise to team up.
Julie and Amber.
But that's not going to happen. Julie's friends with the twins, and that's that, right?
Yeah, you never know. So Natalie's sitting with Amber in the hot tub and wants to get rid of one of the twins. Says they're sneaky little rats.
and then they have little mice with 50 grand cards running.
3 bloody mice.
Of course, it's funny because she brings out the fact that, and it's like you're figuring this out so late in the game that the twins being on opposite teams actually helps you out. And it's funny because now Paul and Jen are saying the same thing. I'm happy we're on opposite teams so we can help each other out. Duh, girls. I'm glad you're finally figuring it out.
Yeah. I mean, just having a twin sister, which I do, I know that if we were on a show like this, there would be no real hope for anyone else to win because there's
Right.
2 of you that
Right.
are never, ever, ever, ever going to separate.
Well, that's what they did. Oh, so I'm sorry.
You
go
know,
ahead.
because look what Amber's already done. Amber's like, I like, who did she say? She's like, I like Natalie, but when it comes to $100,000, she's like, she would do it to me, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it to her. You know, so.
Well, that's why the twins did so well, like on their season. They were there to the end, right?
And it wasn't even a competition
Oh,
then.
no, they left at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Danni goes up to Natalie, and Natalie expresses how much she, thinks that her and her sister are being rats, and wants to know which one is being the snake. So Danni starts flipping out, and it's so funny that all the girls start running. They hear Danni yelling, they're like, what? And they all go running. They're all very protective of each other.
Yeah, they're super protective of
Danni.
the twins. I didn't watch the twins season. I only know because you talk about them a lot, but they love some twins.
They do.
Yeah.
So within that, everyone runs upstairs. Natalie keeps calling Danni a snake. Then Gabby gets involved, and it just turns into this whole big argument, which I kind of wish there was a little physical altercation there.
We always want more physical.
We got ours later, though.
We
got
should've.
ours later.
So then we get to the team challenge, and it's called Carry Bad Boy. Carry the Bad Boy. They have to basically blindfoldedly go through this maze to a bad boy and then physically carry him up. This was
I found more good-looking men because
No kidding.
I wasn't really excited about it.
And then they have at the bottom of the screen, which bad boy would you rather be after? It's like, don't care. They really stretched it on this challenge because I feel like every reality show from Survivor to Real World to everyone has done this. We're going to blindfold you and then have a leader direct you. Like no one's ever done it on a TV show before.
Yeah, which that's a good one, but then
It's a good
carrying
one.
him out, but
It's a good one because
You know they were terrified. They're just like, Lord Jesus, don't let me get fall down right now.
Flo was like,
he signed his contract. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
They should have, like, the purple team had a good little strategy. They, like, split, like, they had, like,
different sections
yeah,
of the
different
bodies.
sections of the body, and, like, kind of, like, split the guy's legs. So they was kind of like a V, like, flying through the maze.
yeah.
It was pretty good.
But I think Flo immediately grabbing him, like the man-woman that she is, bought them those few extra seconds to win.
Yeah, but pink
She was
team
just
looked
like,
like they were struggling though with that
Yeah.
carry. So Stassi was the caller for the purple team, Julie the caller for the pink, and Paula sat out for pink team. Julie, it just naturally was a good leader in that situation. I mean, counting out the steps, that's
great.
That is a great preempted thought. Stassi was kind of. I feel like I would kind of be more like Stassi. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
no, right there. Yeah.
make a right.
Right there.
No, the
right
other right.
there, yeah.
You're good.
there you
You're
go.
good.
There
You're
you
good.
go.
You like hit a wall
No.
10 times. I don't know. I think Flo could see out of her blindfold.
Yeah,
I totally do.
I
Maybe.
kind of think so too. But at the same time, I also kind of feel like Natalie could see it too, because Natalie was in the front of the other one.
I don't know. She kept hitting the walls though.
Maybe she was
And
throwing.
I wonder, that's why they asked her if she was.
Oh,
She's
and she
throwing,
never
yeah.
answered, did she?
So that'll be callers. Let us know what you guys think. You can call us at 424-256-1633. Do you think Natalie really threw the challenge?
Well, Ray J also asked her, like, if
Why don't
you.
we take a caller right now?
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you from? All right.
No. Well, my thing is, why wouldn't she just answer? Like, just say yes instead of being silent.
Yeah. Well, I think
We'll take line 3.
All right. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you from?
Jesse, are you kidding me?
Ah!
I know who's calling.
It is Danny Victor, ladies and gentlemen. What is?
Jesse, I just wanted to call and tell you that I like scribble your name in notebooks and I miss you more than anything.
I miss you too. But hey, I gotta ask you because we just were talking about the whole Danny and Natalie thing. So you gotta let us know about what really went down in the house.
Okay, ask away.
All right. So Natalie's going around calling you a snake. You know, I know because you can be sensitive at times. You kind of got really sensitive, but didn't you kind of expect them to do that to you?
Honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I was so hammered by the time we did elimination. I knew that they were going to put me up, but I still got super upset about it.
And obviously, Stassi knew she was going home the moment she was put up for elimination.
She put herself
Honestly,
out.
I kind of knew that Sasha was going home because Gabby had so much pull on the other team. But even standing up there, it's such a bad feeling because in this game, you're dealing with a bunch of bitches who are two-faced. And at any minute, they could have been like, nah, let's send Danny home. So I was standing up there and I was kind of comfortable. You can see on my face, I have like literally no idea whether me or Stassi is going home.
Really? So after you guys won the team challenge, would you say Natalie kind of threw that challenge?
No, you'll see next episode. I can't say it now what really happened, but she didn't throw it.
Aha.
And then when Natalie was going around kind of yelling at you guys and kind of throwing all the blame on you, your sister, and Stassi, did anyone at that time know that Amber had already casted the vote?
no one knew that it was Amber. We were all kind of looking at Natalie sideways, like, what is she even making a big deal about this? Because none of us did it, and we were kind of looking at her like she was psycho.
And then obviously, you know, you've weren't really as close to the other girls on your team, but I don't know, it just kind of comes off that Jen and Erica were really quick to play Natalie's minions.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it crazy? Like, bro, weren't you just telling everybody that you would, like, you hate her, you want to show her who's boss, but you're going to be the first one to, like, sniff her asshole? Like, I don't get it.
What do you guys have?
Like, I don't get it. Like, are you, like, going to bleach her butt, or are we going to actually play a game here?
They were all up in it.
Well, you had front row seats for the tackle that went down with Stassi.
Yes.
And Natalie. Did Natalie see that coming at all? I mean, you were standing right there.
No, she didn't. That was the best part about it. And they only showed me clapping.
Ah!
So when I say the entire pink team, like, literally, Stassi got a standing ovation for just knocking her a couple times. Like, I'm not against fighting. Like, fighting's pretty trashy. But sometimes Natalie just needs a quick 1-2 to the face really quick. She has a book out right now called, like, Life of Natalie Nunn, and it's on Amazon.
Isn't it called Why?
For $5. Like,
What?
you're selling your book for $5.
I'm going to go get
like,
that.
I would rather go to McDonald's and get a super-sized fry and a freaking 6-piece chicken nugget with 6 sweet and sour sauce than buy your book for $5. No one cares about how many penises you had to suck for sitting coach on Delta Airlines.
Wow.
Isn't her book called Why Turn Down for What or something like that?
Yeah, and it's so funny because you know who started that saying? Jen. Jen said that all throughout the house. So you're going to take Jen's saying and make it a book. You're so original, Natalie. Let me clap for you real quick, bitch. She's so desperate, and her husband's gay. We all saw him he's always with gay porn stars, and like, honey, how much is he paying you monthly to pretend that you're his wife?
Yes.
This should be in her book. It should be like, how much did your husband pay you to be his pretend wife?
What's the name of the book? I didn't hear the comment.
It's called Turn Down for What.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So if you want to learn how to, you know, book a gay male as your husband, check out Natalie's book.
I also have a question too about the fighting. After Stassi gave that big speech, did you feel it was a little bit hypocritical, or did any of the girls feel? I know Amber did, but did anybody else or you guys just enjoying the show, basically?
Honestly, we all did talk about it after, that it was like she just gave this whole speech and she kind of just like beat Natalie up after, and it was just kind of like, it's going to look bad, but at the same time, like, people don't understand, and it's just like people take me talking about Natalie as if I'm hating on her, but if you guys actually sat down with her and met her and lived with her, she is one of the most disgusting human beings. Like, people like her are going to wake up when they're 50 and have the worst karma and the worst unhappiness that they've ever experienced, because she is such a bad person. There's nothing good about that girl. She wakes up when she talks in the third person. She goes to sleep talking to herself. And you guys might laugh and you might think it's funny, but I'm being 100% serious. She's narcissistic. She has problems. And anyone who's 28 still waiting for that phone call for Bad Girl Club All-Star, first of all, the bitch couldn't even afford. She told production to pay for her overdraft fees. But you're going to sit there and write a book called Turn Down for What? How about turn down my cable bill because I can't afford it?
When she left the episode before and then came back, did she say anything about like maybe the production maybe coaxing her with an extra bonus or something or other?
Honestly, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened, because if you notice in the episode, she pulled out her cell phone, and it makes it look like we're allowed to have our cell phones on the show. We got our cell phones like maybe every couple of days. Like, we had like 1 or 2 days off where we just had to do like extra work on the side, but it's just like, how we weren't allowed to have our cell phones, but how's this bitch gonna have her cell phone in her bag? Like, whose dick is she sucking? Like, can I hop on that bandwagon real quick? Like,
So kind of aside, we can get back to that, but a quick side note off of the first episode, with the whole Rocky going home thing, being in the house, obviously that was a huge moment, I'm sure, for you guys in the house. What was it like? Where did Flo snap? Like, why?
That came out of nowhere, and I wasn't sure if, like, Flo needs medication. Like, on some serious shit, she is on, like, she's on a roller coaster ride. She is just up and down, up and down, up and down. You never knew if she was going to be happy, sad, crying, laughing. Like, you just never knew with Flo. And literally, Shannon would have breathed wrong in that elimination room, and Flo would have snapped. So it came out of nowhere, and it was completely over the top and unnecessary, especially for someone who just lost their father. It's like, how are you going to say a comment like, oh, it's just your stepdad? That's like saying to someone who's adopted, like, oh, she's adopted, it's not her real dad. Like, that's some shit that's so foul. When people are just, like, stands of these old bitches, like old bad girls, that they don't take into consideration stuff that can be so offensive.
Right. And
it's just, it was, like, out of nowhere, and it was out of line. And I understand why Rocky quit, but Shannon's just a follower. Like, she had absolutely no reason to... She had no reason to leave. She just followed Rocky and everything she did.
Well, yeah, we also wondered why Shannon was there, if it was just to get the Shanrock situation in the house, just because the season had just
They were, like, trying to be, like, I like them, I do like Shannon and Rocky, but, like, the whole Shanrock thing, like, let's be serious, y'all ain't really best friends. Like, that's gonna, as soon as your Bad Girls Club fame ends, your relationship's gonna end. Like, you ain't no Gabby Danni, sorry. Ain't nobody have a relationship like me and Gabby.
So, after all of a sudden, you, Julie, and Gabby start flipping out on Natalie, which was actually a really awesome moment to watch because you can just see how shit-faced everybody was.
Judy was crying.
Oh my God,
poor Judy.
Judy was crying. Julie was crying. Like, Julie was really going through it, flipping out. Natalie's ass clapping her ass together. Like, I couldn't.
Wait, who carried Julie out of there, by the way? Like, who was it one of the producers?
That was Stassi.
Oh,
that makes sense.
She'd be strong enough to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised Stassi didn't let that continue. How did that make you feel watching that whole moment go down? I mean, you obviously, you were bugged out on you protected yourself in front of Natalie too, but to have your sister and Julie and Judy and everyone kind of just going at Natalie, what were you going through? Because you seemed to be like, okay, wait a minute, let's get out of this room.
Yeah, well, the thing is with me, it's not that I was, like, at ease about it, because when that happened, not only were they upset that I was up, they were upset that Stassi was up. So, like, even though, like, I have these girls, like, flipping out and being upset that I'm up, I'm like, okay, they're upset that I'm up, but they're also upset that Stassi's up, and this will go either way tomorrow. Like, it was just not a comfortable feeling. When I say I didn't sleep that night, I was like, shit. And it wasn't even that I was, like, concerned about the $100,000. So at the end of the day, like, you'll see how the show plays out. Like, I wasn't even concerned about the $100,000. What I was concerned about is not one of the twins being sent home early and the other one being there for a long period of time by themselves. That's what I was worried about. So I was like, shit, if I go home tomorrow and I'm second, Gabby's going to be here for God knows how long, and she's not going to have me to, like, hold her down when she feels like she wants to quit or, like, any of that bullshit.
So as soon as Stassi got, eliminated, did you kind of feel like a little untouchable almost at that moment, especially with your team? Because I think it was Gabby, right? She said, please send Danni in every single time, and it'll be suicide for you bitches. That was a great quote.
Danni
Gabby.
just, like, plopped back down. She's like, So, I mean, you had to feel pretty safe.
Yeah. She was on fire. She was fighting
Honestly,
Rio.
when Stassi did get eliminated, I was like, oh, shit, like, this is real. Like, it's not that my alliance is so strong at this point. Like, at that point, I had Judy voting against Stassi. Like, Stassi lived with Judy for 7 months, and I got Judy to be on my team. That means not only do I have Gabby and Julie on the team, I now have Judy. So as long as I keep those three safe and they don't leave, and the more people that go, the more better chances you have. So if Purple Team can win, and we can knock some of the pink team off, and it's not my three bitches, that means every single time I'm up, I have a better chance of staying, because I not only have Gabby and Julie now, I have Judy.
Right.
So I was feeling good, because if I could get Judy to vote against Stassi, woo, I did something right.
You are playing the game, girl. Okay, so then they come to the elimination, and that's where we got Gabby's awesome quote. Natalie uses the bathroom, which was kind of an awkward moment for them to even show that.
We were like,
they just
what?
let you guys just get up from whenever you need to, or did they just think, okay, this clip, let's edit it in, just so that we can get the fight in?
No, what happened was she went to the bathroom.
What you eating,
Girl,
girl?
what you eating?
Yeah, what you eating? Share.
No, she literally went to the bathroom mid-elimination, and because what they did is one by one, people on the other team went in, and it took a long time. Like, obviously, they're not going to show the long, dragged-out process of people going in and voting, but it takes a long time. So in the meantime, with people voting, she was like, I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to go to the bathroom. So she, like, went to the bathroom, and on her way back, Stassi, like, literally, when I said she did, like, crouching tiger, hidden dragon ninja kick off the stage, she, like, flew and, like, landed on Natalie, and I was like, oh, shit, it was really about to go down real quick. Let me grab my popcorn.
So wait, we couldn't really see the fight because all the security was around it, and they usually, you know, one girl will get up, but I mean, you know, obviously you're closer to Stassi, but in all fairness, what was going on between the two girls? Was any of the...
If I'm going to be fair,
Okay.
it was a really even fight. Like, I can't sit here and say Stassi beat Natalie's ass. It looked like that on camera because of the angle, but it was honestly a fair fight.
Really? Okay, in a fight, who do you think would win?
Blow for blow, like, Stassi would have a good hit, and then Natalie would come back and get a good hit.
Really?
Yeah.
In a fight within that house, not including Flo, what girls do you honestly think would have been able to beat Natalie's ass?
You said not including Flo?
Not including Flo. Like, do you think Erica or what's her name? Shannon would have been able to fight?
Rocky would have whooped that ass. Shannon would have whooped that ass. Jen, by all means, do not underestimate. Jen is one tough ass bitch. She probably would have beat everybody's ass. She would have punched all of us, knocked us all out, come back, and knocked us all out again. And that's how strong she is. Erica, I don't really know how she fights. All she does is the I don't want to understand dance or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, get over it. That shit's done. Rest in peace.
So understand.
I've been waiting for you to do that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so there we go. There's 10 girls left. Obviously, what was your thoughts going into the All-Star battle? You know, you've already done Bad Girls Club. Now you're at the All-Star. What was your mentality going in?
I knew that if they ever did something like this, me and Gabby would definitely get asked because hello, we're the only twins and we're the only important people of season 8. Hence why every other season had 2 to 4 people, and me and Gabby were the only people from season 8 there. Sorry, Venetia. Sorry. Anyways. I knew that we didn't know how to fight, and I knew that it was going to be a bunch of big bitches, and I thought it was going to be more like Bad Girls Club, and there was going to be a lot of aggression and a lot of fighting, and although there's a lot of arguments and stuff, and there are a few fights, this show is not based, it's not supposed to be meant to focus on that type of bullshit. It's supposed to focus on teamwork and what we will do, and like getting us out of that light to show us what we do for $100,000, and like, honestly, what I can say is it's a really interesting season because bitches will do anything for 50 cents. I'm not one of them, but these bitches will do anything for like $50.
Did anybody try to get with Ray J?
Probably everyone.
Oh yeah, everyone used to inappropriately hit on him, and he would inappropriately hit on them back.
Did he hook up with anybody?
No, he did not. He wasn't even allowed. Like when we would go to the club, he'd have to leave immediately. Like he didn't hook up with anyone.
No, I
Does he hook up with anybody now? I have no idea. I have no idea. Honestly, I'll say Ray J's I don't care what people say. Everyone hates on him because he did that song "I Hit It First," which he did. If it weren't for his sex tape, Kim Kardashian would be who? Kim who?
Yeah,
that's true.
Anyways,
it's a good song though.
Ray J's a cool ass dude. He's a cool ass dude.
I just saw, as soon as I saw him hosting, I'm like, oh God, these girls are going to be all over him. So just tell us who was the most like trying to get with him, whether it worked or not.
Flo.
So she's not married anymore, Flo?
Flo's married, but she don't give a shit. She's a whore.
I have a question too. So if they were to do another All-Star show, but it wasn't a battle, it was more just in the same vein of the Bad Girls show, would you and your sister do it again, or are you kind of just chilling? You need a little break from it.
Honestly, I think I need a break. It's not that I love being on camera. Like, come on, my personality's made for camera. But number one, like, it's really, really difficult to live. You guys watch the Real World Challenges, and it's probably easier for them in a sense. Those girls got some dick in the house. Like, we are stuck with 14 vaginas, like, 24 hours a day. It's really hard. Like, people don't get it. It's so difficult. You wake up and you see boobs. You go to bed, you see vagina. Like, it's just like, get away from me. Like, we all got our periods at the same exact time. It's really stressful, and it's kind of like, what am I doing this for? Like,
Right.
it's a pilot season, and first, second, and third place. Like, only first place got a prize, and it's just like little shit. Like, if they came back to me and they said, Danny, we're doing season 3 of All Stars. We're gonna pay you $18,000 to show up, and we're gonna do this, this, and that. And then I'd be like, okay, shit, maybe this will be my last hurrah as a bad girl, and I'll do it. But until they get their shit like together, and it's like something that's worth it for me. Like, I did the show, and after I'm like, I love watching it. It's funny, and I'm like sitting in my room tonight, and I'm laughing. I'm like, this is a good ass show. They put it together well, but I'm like, what the fuck did I get out of it? And seriously, somebody tell me, because I don't know.
Club events, maybe. We'll party a little bit.
There you go. And you
Hey, maybe I won that 100,000. Y'all just have to wait and watch.
That's what I mean. That's what we're all hoping that happens.
So dinner's on you tonight. Dinner's on you.
You know, watching the show. Obviously, you guys filmed the reunion so early in advance. What is the difference now watching the show back?
If they had played the show, I mean, if they had like let us see some clips at the reunion, shit would have been so different. But we didn't get to see any of it. Like, we went to the reunion with our head in the sand. We kind of had to recap from memory.
That is so
what happened.
stupid.
But if they had, I'm sorry if I sound like weird. I'm eating a hot dog.
That's a hot dog.
That is all good.
But if they had showed us like clips about what happened, I really want to know. This is only like, we're at like what, top like 11 right now. Once we get down to like the nitty gritty and y'all can see like who made top 7 and who made top 5 and who's in the final, and we get to see what was really said or was really done, then it would have been a really good reunion. But we did it with our head in the sand, so it's kind of like, let's have another reunion and let's really talk about this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, I can't believe they did it that way.
I can't imagine them not calling you girls
I
back.
was honestly shocked. I thought we were going to do the reunion like end of June.
Yeah, that would have made way more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we did it. Jesse, I saw you. I'm like, yo, that was the biggest waste of time.
Did Megan really?
Sorry, they're probably going to be so pissed at me that I'm saying this, or whatever.
So it wasn't like an exciting reunion then, because y'all didn't see like all the like, you know, trash talking that was going on that you guys weren't aware of, because you didn't see any of it.
No, not at all.
So there's like no drama.
Like, and then we're like starting to get little sneak peeks. Like, I just saw the sneak peek before this episode about Natalie convincing Amber that the twins got it going. In my head, I'm like, if I had seen this, I would have said something to this bitch about, how are you intimidated by being my sister? You're the first bitch to talk shit. You're talking shit because you're jealous. Like, Natalie looks at me and Gabby, and she like wishes she looked like us, because if I had that chin and I had that really bad weave because she can't afford a better one, I would hate us too, and I would probably want us out of the house. But let's see that clip so we can talk about it. Let's have a therapy session. Let's talk about it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Let's do it on AfterBuzz TV.
Shoot.
Let's
Get
just
'em
have
in
them
here.
all in here for a reunion.
Let's just do it.
We can do an after show.
Yeah, we should have a reunion. We should get all 14 girls on the line, which you guys wouldn't even know what to do with yourselves.
Oh my God! Remember
We just
last
sit there,
time?
we just relaxed. Y'all talk.
Last time you guys were on three-way with Julie.
No, what I really think we should do a Bad
Lovitz.
Girls AfterBuzz court.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be cute.
Yes,
The
I
jury
feel
is
like
out.
we should have a jury and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So you've been watching some of the clips. So is there anything that you've seen so far up to this moment where you're kind of like, no, this bitch did not say that? I mean, I know the Natalie one, but was there anyone else in the house that you kind of were a little taken back by?
Not yet.
Like, what about Amber? Did you kind of expect Amber to do that?
Let me break Amber down for y'all real quick. Amber wear onesies every night to bed. Her personality was that of a kindergartner. I even asked her, how fucking old are you, bitch? You act like you're in kindergarten. She's only 32 years old. Like, you're still, and we like sit here and we're talking shit about Natalie being 28. Amber is 32 years old, acting like a child on television. She's single. She got no kids. If I were her, I want to thank Amber for showing me exactly what I don't want to be doing 5 years from now.
I can't believe she's 32.
Oh.
She's 32 years old. She's getting no regular dick. Like, obviously the chick has issues.
She needs to go back to school.
The
Get
other
it
thing
together.
is, I mean, why do you think they pulled her on for All Stars? I mean, yeah, with the other Amber, the Amber show, that was a pretty interesting moment for Bad Girls, but I mean, she really kind of is. I don't know if she seems like a mole. Like the producers put her in there and were just like, are feeding her things to do. But other than that, I really don't see her as all-star material.
It's a random choice.
Yeah, she's definitely not all-star material because honestly, no one really remembered her. Like, everyone's like, oh, Amber's on the show. But I honestly think they put her on there because if Natalie had gone on there with just Flo, she would have left, like, way sooner than probably production wanted. I don't really know how it wanted, but they probably wanted Natalie to have a little bit of alliance. Like, supposedly Natalie and Amber are wicked good friends, so they say, and that's probably why they put her on the show.
All right, then before we let you go, I mean, it was Bad Girls All-Star. When you went into the house and you saw the girls, who did you really feel like, okay, this bitch ain't an all-star, she should have been replaced with, and then who would you say?
If you really want to have me break down the cast, I didn't know why Jen was there. I really do like Jen, but it was just like, I understand you had a little bit of beef with Rocky, and they probably wanted to put you in the All-Star house because it was Atlanta season was just airing, and your reunion just aired, and y'all had beef. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's like, All-Star to me is somebody who started from the very beginning, because I personally feel that a replacement doesn't understand what it's like to move into the house originally, live with these chicks originally, because when you're a replacement, you kind of get the shit out of the stick anyway, which is, okay, if you can stick it out and you make it to the end, by all means, like, kudos to you, but I feel like Jen maybe shouldn't have been there. Paula, I don't really know if she should have been there. I do love Paula. She's very motherly-like, but it's just kind of like, what did she do on her season that was so amazing?
Right. Who would you brought in instead of them?
No one else in season 10. I feel like Shannon and Rocky would have been enough, and then it's like, I understand why they brought Paula and Jen in, because then it's like, who's Shannon and Rocky going to be beefing with?
Right. That's true, too. Well, I feel like Shannon could find anybody to beef with.
Yeah.
She just seems like that kind of a girl.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not going to hate. I do think Natalie and Flo deserve to be there because out of their season, those are the most talked about.
Right.
Natalie, I hate her guts, but she did put Bad Girls Club on the map. Like, if it was her season that kind of started it all. Before that, I mean, I like Tanisha, but I didn't really watch Tanisha's season. She still sucked, though, and she got her ass beat. Let's clarify that Natalie did get her ass beat on her season. She was not a boss. Anyway, continuing on. From Julie's season, Julie definitely deserved to be there because she was a star of a show. Megan deserved to be there. Erica, I don't know why.
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
It was also like one episode.
Right.
What about, there's no one
So
from
kinda
Miami
like,
either.
how are you an all-star besides your I don't understand dance?
Yeah.
Shoot out.
I definitely would do that. I feel like, you think they put Judy on there just because they thought she might have beef with Natalie? I mean, obviously,
No,
I think Judy deserves
was on
to
there
be there.
because Judy was Bad Girls Club 7.
Yeah, she was the only reason to watch Bad Girls. But I also wonder who they were trying to kind of make her beef with. But Danny, thank you so much for calling in. What's your Twitter handle and Instagram?
Twitter is I am Danny with 2 N's, I-V, and Instagram is @XXO Danielle. Follow me, tweet me. If you hate me, then I'll block you. So, bye.
Bye. All right, Danny.
I love you, Jesse.
I love you too, and we will definitely keep us posted throughout the Bad Girls All-Star season. Is she off?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So let's head into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So we got some fights next week. Very exciting. Amber's secret comes out.
Oh, yeah. Well, we know the secret, right? It's the secret, like, that she voted for Natalie.
Natalie.
Okay.
So it'd be interesting to see how Natalie responds to that. as well as Flo versus Natalie.
What's
Looks
new?
Very confrontational.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's new?
What's new? Aren't they always at it?
Do you feel like some of the other girls are kind of taking a step back instead of like going out for Natalie, or you think it's going to be more strategic?
I'm hoping it'll be more strategic, but even like Danni just said, it kind of seems like at this point in the show they're not all there to fight and all that. So aside from Flo, because she's pissed about everything, always. I think that's why. I think they're just kind of in competition mode. What have they been there? 3 days now? Seriously, like 2 or 3 days. So I think it'll get more strategic, and then more fights will come.
How long do you think Natalie has to be on the show?
She'll at least be there for like half the season. She had like, I'm sure there's like some
you
kind
see
of
her making it
underground
to the end?
contract in there somewhere.
Yeah, there has to be an
Yeah.
underground. I mean, Danny's exactly right. The way she had her phone, and you said, I really feel like producers are like, come back, we'll do this for you.
Right.
Like I've
Look,
seen
especially
it
just
happen.
letting her go to her house and then being able to.
Well, she said she didn't go home, but yeah, letting her go anywhere and then come back.
I don't know, but if you guys know, make sure you guys tweet us at AfterBuzz TV on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You guys can keep in contact with us. You can follow me at DJ Jesse J.
Step Bauer TV.
At Chevonne_Hughes.
And remember, May 29th, that's this Wednesday, right?
It's in like 2 days.
2
right?
days from
Tomorrow.
now. I'm sorry. What?
Tomorrow.
Whoa.
Oh!
I knew Wednesday was coming up. Why not think today was
We're gonna
Wednesday?
be taking out
Tomorrow,
shot.
ladies and gentlemen, The Adventures of Serial Buddies. Download it. Can they buy it at like midnight tonight?
It's available at midnight, baby.
At midnight tonight, guys, let's do a huge AfterBuzz Bad Girls thing. Just please go purchase The Adventures of Serial Buddies. Until next week, same time, same place. Peace.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, bitches!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.